Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there was a charming young man named Max. Max was known as a con artist. He was clever and smooth-talking, and he had a special talent for tricking people. But deep down, he was lonely and wished he could find someone to truly care for him. Max lived in a small apartment filled with the things he had borrowed from his adventures. He had a stack of old newspapers with stories of his exploits and a collection of watches that didn't belong to him. Max never stole anything too valuable, just enough to get by. He was like a cat with 9 lives, always landing on his feet, and he thought he was the best at what he did. One sunny day, as Max was walking through the busy streets, he spotted a cozy little cafe. It was the perfect place for his next scheme. He walked in, looking confident, wearing a stylish jacket and a charming smile. He sat at a table near the window, pretending to read the newspaper while keeping an eye on the customers. That's when he saw her. Her name was Mia. Mia was a sweet and hard-working waitress at the cafe. She had a smile that could light up a room, and she moved gracefully between tables, serving delicious food and drinks. Max couldn't take his eyes off her. He thought, "I've got to talk to her." But Max had a plan in mind. He wanted to impress Mia, not just with his charm, but also by pretending to be someone important. So he decided to pretend he was a famous art dealer. He practiced what to say, making sure to sound very important. When Mia came to take his order, Max looked up at her with his most charming smile. "Hello there, I'll have the best coffee you have," he said, trying to sound fancy. Mia smiled back and said, "Coming right up." She couldn't help but feel a little flutter in her heart. As she poured his coffee, Max said, "I'm actually in town looking for talented artists. To showcase their work in my gallery." He was making it up as he went along, but it felt good to pretend to be someone special. Mia raised her eyebrows, intrigued. "Oh, really? That sounds exciting. Do you have a gallery here?" she asked, genuinely interested. Max hesitated. Yes, it's just a small place." "Very exclusive," he lied, trying to keep his story straight. The more they talked, the more Max liked Mia. She was funny, smart, and kind. He found himself wishing he could tell her the truth about who he really was. But the thought of revealing he was just a con artist scared him. So he decided to keep playing the role of the important art dealer. As days passed, Max returned to the cafe every day, and each time he saw Mia, he felt happier. They talked about art, life, and dreams. Mia shared her dream of becoming an artist, and Max listened intently, his heart softening. One day Max had an idea. "What if I could help Mia showcase her art? I could use my connections to get her into a gallery," he thought. It was a big lie, but the thought of helping her made him feel good. Maybe he could change his ways and actually do something nice for someone else. So Max asked Mia to show him her paintings. She was excited and brought him to her small studio, which was filled with beautiful canvases and colorful paints. Max was amazed at her talent. "You're incredible," he exclaimed. "These are stunning. We need to get them out there." Mia blushed, feeling happy that Max liked her work. "Really? You think so?" she asked, her eyes sparkling. Max nodded vigorously. "Absolutely. I can arrange a small exhibition for you. It'll be amazing." But deep down, Max knew he had to come up with a plan. He wanted to make it happen, but he didn't know how. So he decided to take a big risk. He gathered some of his old con artist friends to help him. "We'll pretend to be a gallery. It'll be fun," he thought, convincing himself it was just for a good cause. The day of the exhibition arrived, and Mia was buzzing with excitement. She had no idea that Max was up to his old tricks. She thought he was truly helping her, and that made him feel even more guilty. They set up the paintings in a small rented space. Max had invited some people he knew from the past, people who would be fooled into thinking it was a real gallery opening. He was nervous but determined to make Mia happy. As the guests arrived, Max put on his best charm. He introduced Mia to everyone, proudly presenting her artwork. "This is the next big artist," he said, puffing out his chest. Mia beamed with pride, unaware of the deception. But then, something unexpected happened. One of the guests recognized Max. "Wait a minute, aren't you that con artist who pulled that big scam last year?" he shouted, pointing at Max. The room fell silent. Everyone turned to stare. Mia's face dropped. "You're a con artist," she whispered, hurt. Max's heart sank. He had been found out, and the truth was out in the open. I can explain, he stammered, panic rising in him. But before he could say anything more, the guest continued, "You're just trying to trick us all. Get out." The crowd began to murmur and point, and Mia's eyes filled with tears. She felt betrayed and confused. Max tried to defend himself. "No, I was trying to help. I really liked your art." But it was too late. The guests began to leave, and Mia turned away, tears streaming down her cheeks. Max felt like the ground was falling from beneath him. He had ruined everything. In his quest to impress Mia, he had lied to her, and now he had lost her trust. He felt a deep sadness that he had never felt before. After the crowd left, Mia confronted Max. "Why would you lie to me? I thought you were different," she said, her voice shaking. Max hung his head in shame. "I'm sorry, Mia. I didn't mean to hurt you. I really wanted to help. I just got carried away." Mia wiped her tears and took a deep breath. "You could have just been honest with me. I liked you for who you are, not for who you pretended to be." Max felt his heart ache. He realized that he had been so focused on his tricks that he forgot the importance of honesty and trust. "I promise I can change," he said, his voice filled with sincerity. "I never meant to hurt you. I just thought if I showed you my success, you would like me more." Mia looked at him, her eyes softening. "I don't need you to be someone else, Max. I just need you to be you." With those words, something clicked inside Max. He understood that he had to turn his life around. He wanted to be a better person, not just for Mia, but for himself. He needed to face his mistakes head on. Over the next few days, Max made a plan. He decided to use his skills for good. He contacted Mia and said, "I want to help you, really help you this time. Let's organize a real art exhibition, no tricks." Mia was hesitant, but could see the sincerity in Max's eyes. They worked together, this time with complete honesty. Max reached out to real galleries and shared Mia's art with genuine admiration. Slowly, they started gaining interest from real art lovers and collectors. Mia was impressed by Max's efforts, and their bond began to rebuild. As they spent time together, they talked and laughed, and their feelings deepened. Max learned to be honest and straightforward, and Mia found herself falling for him all over again. She appreciated his growth and the way he took responsibility for his actions. One evening, as they were setting up the exhibition, Max turned to Mia and said, "I know I messed up before, but I want you to know that I'm serious about you. You've changed me." Mia smiled, feeling warmth in her heart. "I believe in you, Max. Together, we can create something amazing." The night of the exhibition arrived, and it was a beautiful success. People admired Mia's art, and she received many compliments. Max stood proudly by her side, having transformed from a con artist into a supportive partner. As the night went on, Max took Mia aside. "I want to be honest with you about everything," he said, looking deep into her eyes. "You've shown me what it means to be loved and accepted. I never want to go back to my old ways. I want to build a future with you." Mia smiled, her heart soaring. "I believe in you, Max. Together we can create something amazing." They both knew it wouldn't be easy, but they were ready to face whatever came next, together. From that day forward, Max and Mia's love blossomed, built on trust, honesty, and the beautiful art they created together. Max became Mia's biggest supporter, and he left his old life behind.